of Who. We're an adorable group of kittens. Wait, no, that's not right. We're the fine, upstanding cannibals spoiling all your Doctor Who's-its and Game of Throneses. I'm Jordan. That's Pedro. And here's our resident ice warrior himself, Mr. Ven Stone.
Konnichiwa, ladies.
This week's episodes are Cold War and the Walk of Punishment. So let's talk about them.
Man, we should talk about them, and just to say thank you for tuning back into Game of Who. This is our show. As Master Svang pointed out, well, we just do the things with the Who's. No news, nothing that. We get right into it. We find out what's been going right and what's been going wrong. If you haven't watched the latest episodes of either, get it off right now. Yeah, because we're about to spoil it. But man, let's get into this Whoiness. Doctor Who, first impressions, Master Sving. I think you got this one.
Oh yeah, so these are the same Russians from Hunt for Red October. They're from the same area of Russia that Sean Connery comes from.
There's a definitely lack of Connery on this,
Every
time
we
I see a
get the
Russian
architect
sub,
from
there
the
has
Matrix,
to be a Connery on it.
What do you mean, Highlander?
Highlander, remember, back to the planet Geist.
Ramirez. Because I'm
Ramirez.
Sean. My name is
He's
Connery.
Egyptian.
Sean
He's not Spanish.
Connery.
But enough of that. Yeah, so...
Let's melt some ice, right?
Yeah, let's melt some... Man, you gotta... It's like, yeah, I'm gonna figure out what the hell you are just by blowtorching you. That scientist work, yeah, I'm just gonna fuck that up.
Talk about a Deus Ex, my girl.
I know, it's just like, damn, you know what? I fucking hate science.
F science.
The doctor wants us to...
And because of this, Morbo, the newscaster from Futurama, is released from his icy prison to begin to terrorize the small submarine.
Well, then again, hungry is the wolf, man. What did you think, Pedro?
Duran.
We're a Game of Who, and we talk about Doctor Who and Game of Thrones. And I think in this episode of Doctor Who, we actually got a crossover from an actor that's actually worthy of our show. You got the captain. I can't even remember the actor's name, but the captain of the Red October.
Worthy
of in passing mention. Apparently,
he's the architect from the Matrix.
We're doing this
Jordan.
Yes, man.
There is no architect.
My mind.
Blown. Spooge everywhere. Go ahead, Pedro.
But yeah, that was definitely that little issue. And, Ven's probably going to talk about it a little further in, but they actually acknowledged the TARDIS translation Matrix cock-up from last week, so good on them.
Oh, look! Aliens! The movie! On a fucking sub! Brilliant!
I've had it with these motherfucking ice warriors on my motherfucking submarine.
Oh, jeez, man. That's what it was. It's aliens and all that. It was fun. Actually, let me be honest. It was a lot more entertaining than I kind of planned on it being, because, watching the previews, last week I was like, this is going to be stupid boring. A little bit more entertaining. We will get into the translation Matrix thing a bit later, but I was glad to finally see the return of the always neutral, yet mostly dickish, Ice Warriors. And if we didn't make this clear, we're going to do this in two categories. Our first bit is our first impressions, followed by our problems.
Oh damn! I just realized you're right. This isn't the architect from the Matrix. This is Davis Seaworth from Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Who's the ass now?
Man, you misled me on that, Ben. I should have verified that.
glad the Ice Warriors are back. And this is kind of a Doctor Who first impressions. Any more first impressions that we need to fucking screech about?
No, I think that about gets it. But are you hungry then?
Yeah.
Then we need some problems. Somebody's got some problems. Let's hear those problems, you Portuguese.
There's always a problem, isn't there?
Or is it Portugal?
Yeah.
What's the singular of a Portuguese? A Portugal?
No,
Wouldn't that be
Portuguese.
So it's kind of like Jedi. There's no plural of Jedi. It's just Jedi.
Yep.
All right. As you were.
Alright.
As you were.
But, you know, speaking of warriors and Jedis and all that, you'd think that being, you know, an ice warrior, a ruthless warmongering grand marshal from Mars, that spending 5,000 years on ice wouldn't do your compassion and forgiveness any, you know, favors.
It's the power of
And
love.
then by the
Pedro.
end, oh, we forgive you. You can live. The power of love.
It's the power of love. Didn't you watch Back to the Future?
I did, but there's definitely a love theme going on with Doctor Who lately, though.
Mm-hmm. Then, what do you think?
And there's that.
Oh, wait, no.
And
Pedro, you had one more.
yeah, I want a remote-controlled suit of power armor. I do. I'm not even kidding at this point. I want a remote-controlled suit of power armor. I do.
I have no idea what you would want to do that for. I'm guessing masturbation, but...
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Ooh, that sounds
People do
fun.
not need to know that.
People do need to know that, Pedro.
No.
We're just trying to
Ven-
save you from yourself, Pedro. TARDIS,
Ven, how about that Russian?
translation,
Fluent Russian.
Matrix. Ah! Throws forehead. AKA Matt Smith. Alright, this is bullshit, basically. We went to that last one at the bazaar. TARDIS, right cha. Bazaar, I don't know, right cha. Can't understand anything. Land in a Russian sub. Oh, apparently the TARDIS has a comrade setting on it. And about 15 minutes in, I told this man right here, because we kind of watched it together, hanging out.
Mm.
And even before that, I said, there's going to be this part where I flip my lid from, if you go back and watch episode 1 of Game of Who, had a problem with this. And they address it by going, oh yeah, it works perfectly now. But later on...
The TARDIS isn't even there. No, just the TARDIS isn't even there, and it's working now.
It's on the other side of the planet.
Yep.
Right. And it's still working the entire time, but right next in the bazaar, doesn't work there. Apparently they had some rider distortion field around that. So that's
random alienese.
man. But basically this show, I mean, it was infinitely better than I thought it was going to be, man. I really didn't want to like it, and guess what? I didn't, because yet another Monster of the Week story, and we still know shite nothing about Oz for the win. But, all right. Yeah, supposedly.
Supposedly next week.
This is what we liked about the episode. Let's get into the problems.
Yeah.
B-Man.
We are in the problems, though, aren't we? It's just
Yeah.
Jordan's problem missing.
Yeah. Way to ignore me. I'm hurt. I'm saddened. I'm going to go freeze myself in a block of ice for 5,000 years.
Makes for good comedy, doesn't it?
Yeah. But before I do that, yeah, my main gripe with the episode was that Oswin, aside from Morbo, the newscaster, was what the Ice Warriors look like.
Jordan, I actually do got to apologize. I'm not used to our impromptu show note layout.
Yes.
So I'm like, skipped, and yes, 100% correct. My apologies.
Yes. No, Oswin is like completely useless. It's like, yeah, go be live bait. Go.
Yep.
Shoo. Okay, we need you to be live bait again.
All right, what about the whole thing with the wearing the headsets? Sending what type of setup did that? The doctor can command and tell him to do everything else, but walking in there himself was unplausible.
Completely out of the question.
Completely.
No, but obviously the doctor is a fellow Linux gamecaster, so he has to do everything through Linux. Or I guess Unix, because this was the 80s.
Early BSDs.
If I'm really going to get shit technical with this, they didn't have CRTs buried in that sub, and LCDs were not in some of those times.
Yeah. But it's the 80s, man. Everything's bigger.
And it's a nuclear
including
sub.
The time distortion fields. That's encompassing us all.
What about, what did he had an acronym for it. The TARDIS bitch the hell out switch.
Oh, right, yeah.
TARDIS
right. Randomly,
danger
we can't just give you your only way
something? Out. Yeah. It was the danger something.
Yeah, but he's like, I'd completely forgotten about it until just now and decided to fix it.
I reset it.
Yeah, it was like, oh, yeah, well, don't worry, it fits in the script. See, look. Oh, yeah.
This half season better pick up. I mean,
it better pick up because, tell me, J-Man, when that the TARDIS disappeared, didn't you think that we were going to get a better story and explanation for that?
Not really.
You're dead inside, Pedro.
When you break it down, it's Doctor Who, man. It's always going to be a crap explanation.
Yeah, it tends to happen, but I was hoping for, some weird reason that would actually set the episodes on
a story arc,
epic arch. Yeah. And no, it's just, I was talking about with the danger sensing things, and I reset it, and now it's gone.
I kind of found that disappointing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, they couldn't have thought of a better way. This whole the TARDIS hates Oswin, so
I don't even think that played into it. I did like. Hang on. You felt my Sonic. I could kiss you, if you must.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
If you must, he's like, no. Denied.
Really like Hungry by the Wolf. He was like, yeah, okay. If you must.
He's into Duran, man. And when it comes down to it, Duran is what saves the world.
Yeah, I did not like that speech given by Oz for the Win. I was like, what about your if the doctor just is like, I don't normally believe in guns, capped her right in the head, right there, and just boom. He was like, all right, new companion, bring Rose back. I would have been more happy.
Bring Rose back.
And to go with the producer guy on this one, there's a certain sexual tension developing between Oswin and the doctor. And I'm kind of with the producer on this one. I don't like where that's going.
Oh, do you think we're going to get another Full Metal? See, I think he's more curious than horny.
Yeah.
I don't know. The last thing they really need. I mean, with having a romantic interest for the Doctor is kind of dumb. Like even with River, he's hesitant.
Yep.
But then she's a Time Lord as well, technically, sort of.
This is kind of the weird thing is they're married.
Yeah, they are married.
Now, I mean,
so the doctor's a cuckold, whatever.
Snog box, man.
Snog box
Snog
for the
box.
cock block. Showtime.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've exhausted ourselves with Doctor Who, but let's get on
Let's move on
to Game of Thrones, and
Thrones.
we got thrones, and not the type you sit on. Well, this man sits on them. Tell us about him. What do we do?
Yeah.
Same difference, right?
Same shit. So here's
First
our
impressions.
and then we go on to what we hated about it, and bitch about that for a while. But you know what? One dragon for 2,000 soldiers.
That's a bit pricey, man.
That's not getting your dragon's worth.
Getting a dragon.
You're not getting your dragon's worth. I mean, these things are like flying death machines.
Well,
They
they're
just
little
rain fire
tiny
on
flying death machines at this point.
They're tiny flying death machines,
So I get-
but they're still flying death machines.
Are you saying we need to look at our ROI on this?
Yes, I'm saying that. I mean, if you were to trade a dragon for, say, the Bagger 288, I'd say go for it.
Well,
Yep.
no, it would. No, for one dragon with a bag of 288, it would require Nicolas Cage enroll as
Ghost Rider.
the rider to be able to ride the bag of 288 at your command. I think that would be justified, but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interject, sir.
Yeah, but something like that. I mean, the Bagger 288 contains an artificial mind that's full of hatred. But
It will demeat you.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I like this little interesting pickle Tyrion's got himself in. This is the Minister of Coin.
What are you talking about?
He's good at spending money, but he has to manage it now.
Oh, you
Then he
like
finds
that?
out- and then he finds out that Littlefinger's just been like increasingly putting the kingdom
Yeah,
in debt.
what did they make him? Like the Game of Coin or something like that?
Yeah, he's the Minister of Coin.
Minister of Coin?
Yes,
Ah,
he's in charge of King's Landing's finances now.
and I think he found considerable debts.
Yeah, I was saying.
Pedro,
Massive
why
debt.
is massive debt a hard problem for a Lannister?
Because a
Because a
Lannister
Lannister
always pays his debts.
Yeah,
But I also think more importantly, he pointed out that, you know, he explained how debt works to, what's his name, Jordan?
to Brom.
Brom.
Yeah.
He's like,
So
well, I would
Brom's.
not lend you money. He's like, well, what happens? He's like, well, I'll get my money either way. Is that a bit of foreshadowing?
No, I don't think so.
What are your thoughts, Pedro?
I don't know. I mean, HBO hasn't been going exactly by the book. So it may be, but nah. Nah.
Oh yeah. But Sir Jamie, can I give you a hand?
Ooh, look, Ma, no hand.
I was in a Dungeons and Dragons game once, and there was a necromancer who had animated his own hand, so it was like thing. So he would throw that at people and shout that all the time. It was awesome.
Yeah, I, like, literally, right before we got sat down and staged everything, we're doing this all under Linux, by the way, with our LGC, what do we call it now, TDH? TDH system that we use on those Gamecasts, and fortunately, this setup's infinitely easier than our normal show, but less than, like, 40 minutes, I just finished watching that before I started setting this up. And I had already gotten a bunch of tweets, and some friends were like, oh, wait till you see, like, the big reveal. And I was like, I saw that, and I was like, well, masturbation is serious business.
Masturbation is
To be
serious
honest.
business.
Masturbation
it's not
is
easy to
very
switch hands.
serious.
All right, Pedro.
He's going to have to go lefty on this from now on, you know?
Yeah.
Let's get those first impressions out, man. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I was, in Robb Stark's grandfather's funeral, I was actually kind of curious because the guy kept missing the arrows. And okay, so what does tradition say when the arrow that's supposed to cremate the body doesn't hit the boat? Is it bad luck? I mean, the dude's already dead. How much bad luck can you get?
Well, keep in mind, this is like a religious society. And also, I think they're more concerned about lighting it on fire, and this guy's just a schmuck. He's like,
yeah, I was getting kind of curious.
I get you to bow.
And then
But none of you were an archer at 10.
And then the old guy actually goes there, grabs an arrow, just like doesn't even look, just hands him back the bow. There, that's how it's done now.
No, I like how he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna check the wind. That was very nicely underscored.
No, it was brilliant. He went, then he looked at the camera and he went, CGI, bitch.
Well, I guess arrows work differently in Westeros than they do on Earth.
All right,
Yep.
Pedro, you had something about area.
Oh yeah, Arya Stark just can't catch a break. I mean, she the only break she's caught so far was that her wolf wasn't the one that Ned Stark had to kill. He actually killed Sansa's. That was the one break she got, and now she's about to go free. She's about to go back on her merry way to Winterfell or the Wall or wherever she was going. And the Hound shows up. No, you have a Stark bitch with you. Fuck. Okay. There was that, and
But I think you pointed out we have a long-standing tradition of the halfway mark of Game of Thrones.
yeah, to compensate for last week's episode having none, now we have
6.
5 pairs of boobs.
Oh, the mysterious one pair.
Yeah.
5 pairs of boobs, man. Ah.
5.1, right?
And the whole thing with the horrors, and after what was the name of Tyrion's squire?
Oh, he
Pot.
was some.
Oh, no,
Pot.
yeah. Pot, no, cod pot.
But yeah, apparently he's super good at giving the D.
That was
Yep.
the one thing that struck me. The brain one had cod somewhere there, and it's like, oh, return the money. I was like, yeah, something's going on with you.
Yeah, the whole scene when he comes back and tells Tyrion and the other guy that I keep forgetting the name to, that the horrors did not charge him. And Tyrion's like, okay, sit down. You're going to tell me everything with each and every sordid detail.
But the one thing I like about Tyrion, because it's like, boom, right there, get the wine out, get him a bit pissed,
like-
because guess what? People get honest when they're drunk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, hi. Just saying.
No. It was definitely, that whole scene actually made me lol like I hadn't lolled in a while, so good on them.
Well, if we really got to talk first impressions, I guess she does not speak on the language.
Told you.
Apparently not.
Guess.
Hi.
I'm not throwing the vengeance on this one just quite yet. Yeah, go ahead, say something else. Didn't think
No,
so.
I don't think she knew the language.
On top of that, wolf bread.
Wolf bread.
Yes!
Oh, pie.
This is the tale? It's like, sure.
Yeah, that was a bit phoned in, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like, oh, don't burn your hands while we're out dying. But What'd you take of that, Jordan? I mean, that
what?
it seemed a bit forced.
It seemed a bit forced, but you know what? You know what? I think it contributes to the overall arc of the story, at least on Arya's behalf.
How so?
Yep.
Without giving away.
I don't want to get too much into those books that one guy wrote about the series or whatnot.
That
but,
fucking thief, man.
yeah, I know that.
How many more books has he written outside of the original HBO series?
Oh man, he's written like 7 of them now.
God.
Yep.
I mean, all right. First of all, this is JJ, whatever his name is. You know, I like you. That's cool. I mean, it's cool that you've taken the original source material from HBO, then expanded on that universe, but slow down a little bit, guy.
Yeah,
you know,
seriously.
Filming takes time.
Well, he's saving HBO some money and hiring new writers.
But about the wolf thing and the continuation, how does that even fit in, man? I mean,
we'll get into that as the series progresses. But
well,
Ven. So
here's
how do
the
you
thing.
like your chair?
Here's the thing. Yeah, the chair mechanisms. I mean, you had Littlefinger.
Mhm.
That's the pimp, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha. The eunuch.
You have Pycelle.
The eunuch.
No,
it was the eunuch first, then Pycelle.
And then Pycelle.
Cersei.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cersei on the other side of
She
the
dragged
table.
the chair over there, then
Tyrion goes and
Peter
opposes his father.
motherfucking Dinklage is like, screw it.
Oh, yeah.
Bam! Drop that right at the end of the table. And it's like, sup, bitches? Let's bring it. What are our thoughts on this?
I was like, it's a lovely table. Is this new? It's not far from your room. I like it.
And very, very close to to your quarters. I like that.
I think it was calling his father lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? Tyrion's just like, fuck it, whatever. I'm fucking rich, but whatever. I'm here for posterity's sake. Also, because
but do you think it might? Go ahead.
No, Tyrion's like, oh, you're not giving me Castle Rock. Well, then, I'm not going anywhere.
Now, being the keeper of the coins and all that business, do you think that was payback for just even doing that with the chair? It was like a last-minute decision, or was there more planning in that? Why would that happen?
Bam! King's Landing is balls deep in debt. You got to deal with this now. This is your problem.
Oh, that's brilliant. No, hang on. Do you think he knew that beforehand?
Well, he must have known how much money he was lending to King's Landing, anyways, because he was funding it alongside the bank. So,
yep. And you know, Tyrion is the smartest Lannister. I don't know how smart Tywin actually is.
I would say Tyrion is the smartest, one of the smarter guys in the room.
Yeah, he is, and it makes logical sense that being his father, he actually knows that he's smart, and if someone's going to get him out of that debt, it probably is going to be Tyrion, because Tyrion loves his father, even though Tywin treats him like shit.
I would disagree. I think Tyrion's looking for power just as much as anyone else in that room.
I think Tyrion likes doing nothing, and he wants to remain doing nothing.
Well, what did he say, Jordan? He's
like,
good at spending money, not so good at managing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what Tyrion wants. He just wants to be in a position where he can just live a life of luxury. That's his only want.
But he actually takes the responsibility in stride.
And by in stride, you mean that he threw hookers at the guy who saved his life, right?
Well, that's one way of saying thank you. I mean, he got his money back.
Yep.
All right. That is kind of one of the things. I mean, they returned that, and you know, his name was like Cod something. I mean, Cod was in there. I remember that, and that stuck in my brain organ. And it's like, yeah, all right. How many lady exotic dancers were thrown at him? 5?
3.
3, I think.
3? 1, 2, 3.
There were 5 pairs of boobs because you got to see 2 pairs of boobs on the way.
Keeping track.
This is why we keep Pedro Mateus. He keeps track of these things. He is the master of the boobs. Master of boobs. And John Sving. Master of names.
That's his name.
Codric?
Podrick.
I mistook it as Codric.
Yeah,
all right, we've droned on. Wait, we've droned on long enough about this. Let's get into the problems. And Master Mateus.
Theon did deserve a good sodomy at this point. Damn
He
that
deserved
kid
a
for
good butt
saving
fucking.
him.
All right, first of all, Jesus. He don't approve of sodomy.
Jesus doesn't approve of sodomy.
That's come from Jew, y'all.
Jesus.
What say you, Mr. Portuguese?
You unholy, un-Catholic, Republican
is
fearing.
your country Catholic? Yeah.
I'm a goddamn fucking heathen.
Sodomy all the way, then.
Yep.
So can you show us on the doll where the priest touch you?
That's why he has hats. They're metaphors. That's why those two.
Hat therapy.
No, man. I mean,
But-
Theon's been kind of a bitch. He gets away from Robb Stark, and then he's like, "Oh, daddy issues, and I'm going to take Winterfell to make my daddy happy." And
Theon got curb stomped pretty thoroughly, in my opinion.
You know what? All I was thinking of when that scene was happening was like, oh man, when he's being chased, I'm like, I really hope that's just his sister fucking with him. That'd be hilarious.
that did cross my mind, yes.
Yeah,
But
it's just
I
like-
still
like
think
he turns around and
Continue,
there's, like,
Pedro.
a big floppy dildo, and she's like, yeah, my turn.
No, he still did deserve a good thick cock right up their ass.
So Pedro, you're saying rape is an acceptable punishment? Are you advocating rape?
For Theon. Because Theon was a
Why
bitch.
you gotta be a rapist, Pedro?
No, man, it's just... He really fell off the wagon.
The rapist wagon?
The rapist wagon?
Well,
Are
the
you
new
on the
kid
rapist
saved him,
wagon?
so he's in the clear.
Something about White Walkers, I believe, was your second point.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to agree with you on this one. Yay! Hello, back to the true north.
Yep.
Winter is really coming and all that. Complete lack of giants and all that business. But hey, look. Snow and shit,
White
right?
Walker. Yeah. I mean, they ended the second season with the whole freaking army of them walking south. And in this season, we've seen one. Come on!
There's a big thing coming, either in mid-season or end of next season.
Now, what did you think about Horseboy Autistic Impressions?
Artistic impressions.
Yeah. Oh, they're always artists. With
They made a spiral thingy with the horse parts
yeah,
on the crown.
yes, with the horse guts.
What message were they sending? And they said,
A
how many
storm's
men?
coming.
And they used those men for food?
Food for their army. Because,
Yep.
they're just strengthening their numbers.
Yep.
What do you think about that? I mean, how many beds could you possibly fill? Master's thing.
With a lot of dead soldiers. I mean, everyone that dies in the North is presumably subject to being raised as a White Walker. So, I mean, by eliminating their enemies, they're simultaneously increasing their strength.
Yep.
I mean, that's a pretty good strategy for like ice zombies.
Yeah, well, they're basically the zombies of, the Game of Thrones lore. And
And basically, apparently, they're very expensive.
Very expensive. Like I said, though, I think something really big and expensive is coming up at the end of the season, and they need the money for that.
It's fucking HBO. Yeah. I'm tired of them. It's like, oh, what? Oh, we're only renewed through 2086.
2086.
So, I'll tell you my problems. Dragons are expensive, so let's spend the entire episode talking about them. That was the whole thing. Completely agree. One dragon's not worth that, but I also think that that's going to play itself out very quick when she goes something like that. Here, dragon. Dragon comes back home.
Yeah, I'm guessing she's probably just going to torch the place.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not saying that funeral shot was impossible, but at that time, the funeral archer, these were longbows. He was 6 foot tall with a bolt arrow, big ass arrow. The mass in that hurt my head. But then again, dragons, so can't bitch too much.
And this episode was actually, well, most of the scenes we saw from the first trailer were in this episode. I'm going to light the biggest fire the North has ever seen. And there's a beast in every man, and it stirs when you put a sword in his hand.
Pedro, there's a beast in every man, and
Rawr.
It stirs when you put a sword in his hand.
Yeah,
he's got that more
I think that about wraps
lyric
up.
voice.
you people have been subjected to it, and us for one podcast. So why don't we close this off? You can check us out at gameofwho.com. I'm Jordan Swung. You can find me at The Burning Fool or plus Jordan Swung on Google+.
And I'm Pedro Mateus. You can find me at Unaccounted For on Twitter or plus Pedro Mateus on Google+.
And I am the Keeper of Cats, also known as Vinstone. At Vinstone on the Twitter nets, plus Vinstone. And also check us out on, if you're interested in Linux gaming. We kind of do.
And why wouldn't you be if you're listening to a podcast about Game of Thrones and Doctor Who?
Probably because you're a nerd, but you're not like uber nerd, and we understand that. We do not judge you, mostly, except for Jordan. He'll do that on alternate Wednesdays.
I judge everyone.
Check us out on gameofwho.com, as Master Fang and Master Mateus said. That's been all. So let's just throw the goats to the lovely people.